Hey everyone, ready for a deep dive into something super relevant. Today we're going to tackle stress and chronic pain. You know, like when you have just a crazy day and all your aches and pains just flare up.
Right.
We're going deeper than that surface level today.
Absolutely.
We've got our expert here, and we're going to be referencing this source, Stress and Chronic Pain, the mind-body connection,
Great source.
to really understand the science behind it all.
Yeah, what's so interesting about this connection is it's not just, feeling stressed.
Right.
There's like a whole physiological response happening that can actually amplify your pain.
Oh, wow. Okay, so let's break that down.
Yeah.
We've all heard of fight or flight.
Right.
But what's really going on in our bodies when that gets triggered?
So picture this. You're facing a threat, right? Your body kicks into high gear
Okay.
and releases these hormones like cortisol and adrenaline.
Mm-hmm.
Cortisol helps mobilize energy. Adrenaline increases your heart rate and blood pressure.
Yeah.
It's preparing you to fight or flee. It's a brilliant system for short-term survival.
Okay.
But here's the thing.
Yeah.
In our modern world, that threat might be like a looming deadline
Oh, yeah.
or a traffic jam.
Uh-huh.
And we're kind of stuck in that state of low-grade fight or flight.
So instead of a saber-toothed tiger,
Right.
we're facing down a mountain of emails,
Exactly.
but our body's reacting the same way.
Exactly. And that chronic activation has some serious consequences, especially when it comes to pain.
Oh, okay.
One way it happens is through muscle tension.
Oh.
Think about how you tense up when you're stressed.
Oh, for sure.
Now, imagine that tension becoming chronic.
Mm-hmm.
It affects your posture. It restricts your movement.
Right.
It can even trigger pain signals.
Wow, that makes total sense.
Yeah.
I know when I get stressed, I hold all that tension in my shoulders and my neck,
Yeah.
and it makes my existing pain so much worse.
Absolutely.
What else is going on in this, like, villain's toolkit of stress?
So another major player is inflammation.
Okay.
And while inflammation is natural, it's part of healing.
Yeah.
Chronic stress can lead to like this persistent low-grade inflammation throughout your whole body.
Wow.
And this can exacerbate conditions like arthritis, fibromyalgia, even back pain.
It's like adding fuel to a fire that's already burning,
It is.
just making everything more sensitive and reactive.
Absolutely.
Is there any way to measure that inflammation?
Yeah, so there are blood tests that can measure markers of inflammation.
Okay.
Things like C-reactive protein, CRP,
Okay.
interleukin-6, IL-6.
Got it.
And studies show that people with chronic pain often have elevated levels of those markers.
Interesting.
And stress can contribute to that.
Wow.
But here's where it gets even more interesting.
Okay.
Stress doesn't just worsen pain indirectly through those things.
Uh-huh.
It can actually change the way your brain processes pain signals.
Wait, so stress can make my brain more sensitive to pain?
Exactly.
Wow.
Research shows that chronic stress leads to changes in the brain, particularly areas involved in pain perception, like the amygdala and the prefrontal cortex.
Interesting.
These changes essentially turn up the volume on pain signals.
Okay.
So you become more sensitive to even minor discomfort.
So it's not just that I'm imagining that it's worse.
Right.
My brain is actually processing those signals differently.
Exactly.
That's wild.
Yeah.
I'm starting to see how this all connects, but what about sleep?
Yeah.
I know I don't sleep well when I'm stressed, and I've heard that lack of sleep can make pain worse.
You're absolutely right. Sleep is so crucial for our body to repair
Yeah.
and rejuvenate.
Mm-hmm.
And when we're stressed, sleep is one of the first things to go.
Oh, yeah.
Not only does it make it harder to fall asleep and stay asleep,
Uh-huh.
it reduces the quality of sleep.
Yeah.
So you end up exhausted
Right.
and more sensitive to pain.
It's like trying to run a marathon without ever resting.
Exactly.
Your body just can't keep up.
Yeah.
So we've got muscle tension, we've got inflammation,
Yeah.
changes in the brain, sleep disruption. What else is in stress's arsenal when it comes to worsening pain?
Well, don't forget about those unhealthy coping mechanisms that
Yeah.
we turn to when we're stressed.
Right.
Reaching for comfort food,
Mm.
overdoing it on the caffeine,
Yeah.
that extra glass of wine to unwind.
Okay, but those things feel good in the moment.
They do.
It's like a little escape from all the pressure.
Right. It might provide temporary relief,
Yeah.
but in the long run, they can really sabotage our efforts to manage pain.
Oh, no.
Processed foods, sugar, alcohol,
Okay.
they all contribute to inflammation. They disrupt your sleep,
Right.
and they can make you more sensitive to pain.
It's a vicious cycle.
Is.
So stress creates this perfect storm to make pain worse.
Exactly. It's like this multi-pronged attack on your well-being.
Wow.
And breaking free from that cycle requires a multifaceted approach.
That's where we're headed next.
Yeah.
We've laid the groundwork.
We have.
We've explored how stress can amplify pain. And now we're going to dive into some strategies for reclaiming control. So stay with us.
Looking forward to it.
Okay, so we've established that stress is a huge factor when it comes to chronic pain.
Right.
But knowing is only half the battle, right?
Absolutely.
What can we actually do to break free from this vicious cycle?
So this is where things get empowering.
Okay.
Because there are so many effective ways to manage stress and ease pain. And the best part is a lot of them are things you can start doing today.
Awesome. I love that.
So let's start with something that's often misunderstood, but really backed by science.
Okay.
And that is mindfulness.
Mindfulness. I've heard the term, to be honest. I always picture people like sitting cross-legged on a mountaintop.
Right.
Not really my everyday reality.
I get it. It can seem a little intimidating.
Yeah.
But mindfulness doesn't have to be complicated.
Okay.
At its core, it's about paying attention to the present moment without judgment.
Okay.
So noticing your breath, the sensations in your body, the sounds around you.
Yeah.
It's really about cultivating that sense of awareness and acceptance.
Right.
Rather than getting swept away by those stressful thoughts and emotions.
So instead of letting my mind race with worries about the future or regrets from the past, I'm just bringing my focus back to right here, right now.
Exactly. And here's how it helps with pain.
Okay.
When we practice mindfulness, we're essentially training our brain to observe pain without reacting with fear or resistance.
Okay.
And this can really help reduce the emotional distress that's associated with pain.
Right.
Which can then actually lessen the intensity of the pain itself.
So it's not about pretending the pain isn't there.
Right.
It's about changing how we relate to it.
Exactly.
Are there like specific techniques for doing that?
Absolutely. There are many forms of mindfulness practice, from meditation to mindful movement like yoga or Tai Chi. Even simple breathing exercises can be incredibly effective. For example, you can try taking a few slow, deep breaths.
Yeah.
Focusing on the rise and fall of your abdomen. As you breathe in. Visualize calmness and relaxation flowing into your body.
Right.
As you breathe out. Imagine that tension and pain releasing.
Okay. That's something I can definitely try even on my busiest days.
It is, yeah. It's really powerful.
What about exercise?
Yeah.
I know it's important for overall health.
It is.
But I'll be honest, when I'm in pain, moving around is the last thing I want to do.
I hear you. And it is important to listen to your body and not push yourself beyond your limits.
Yeah.
But even gentle exercise can be so beneficial for pain management.
Okay.
When we move our bodies, we release endorphins,
right,
which are those natural pain relievers.
Yeah.
And exercise also helps improve blood flow, reduce inflammation, strengthen muscles, all of which can really help ease pain.
So it's about finding that sweet spot.
Yes.
Where I'm challenging myself enough to get the benefits, but not pushing myself so much that I'm making it worse.
Exactly. You want to start with activities you enjoy that feel good in your body.
Okay.
Walking, swimming. Gentle yoga, Tai Chi are all great options.
Yeah, those sound good.
And remember, consistency is key.
Okay.
Even short bursts of movement throughout the day can make a difference.
Gotcha.
What are some activities you think you could incorporate into your routine?
Well, I used to love to dance.
Oh, nice.
But I haven't done it in years because of my pain.
Right.
Maybe I could start with like some gentle stretching at home.
That's a great idea.
And just see how that feels.
Yeah, start small.
Okay.
Gradually increase the intensity and duration as your body allows.
Okay.
And don't be afraid to experiment and find what works best for you.
I like that.
Another crucial piece of the puzzle is sleep.
Oh, yeah.
We already talked about how stress disrupts sleep.
Right.
But let's talk about how to improve sleep hygiene.
Okay.
Which is basically creating those optimal conditions for restful sleep.
Okay. I'm all ears.
Right.
I'm a terrible sleeper.
Yeah.
Always have been. My mind just won't shut off at night.
I hear that a lot.
Yeah.
One powerful strategy is establishing a consistent sleep schedule.
Okay.
So go to bed and wake up around the same time each day.
Okay.
Even on weekends.
Easier said than done, but I'm willing to try.
Yeah. It really helps regulate your body's natural sleep-wake cycle.
Okay.
What else can I do to tame my racing mind at bedtime?
Yeah, like what else?
Well, think about creating a relaxing bedtime routine.
Okay.
This could include taking a warm bath, reading a book, listening to calming music.
Okay.
Avoid screen time for at least an hour before bed.
Okay.
Because that blue light emitted from devices can interfere with melatonin production,
Got it.
which is that hormone essential for sleep.
Right.
Make sure your bedroom is dark, quiet, and cool, and consider using blackout curtains or a white noise machine to minimize distractions.
These are all good tips.
Yeah.
I'm realizing that I've been sabotaging my sleep with all my bad habits.
Yeah.
Late night TV binges, scrolling through my phone in bed.
Yeah.
And no wonder I'm exhausted all the time.
Small changes can make a big difference.
I hope so.
And if you find yourself lying awake at night, try a relaxation technique
Okay.
like deep breathing or progressive muscle relaxation,
Oh, okay.
where you tense and release each muscle group in your body, starting with your toes, working your way up to your head.
Okay.
This can help ease physical tension
Right.
and promote a sense of calm.
Like giving your body a mini massage.
Exactly.
This is starting to feel a lot more manageable.
I'm glad.
Are there other tools we can add to our arsenal?
Absolutely. Let's talk about the power of nutrition.
Okay.
What we eat can have a huge impact on
Sure.
inflammation and pain levels.
Okay. I'm intrigued. I'm a big believer in the power of food.
Yeah.
But I'm guessing we're not talking about a stress-busting diet of cookies and ice cream.
Sadly, no. But an anti-inflammatory diet can be so delicious
Okay.
and effective.
Good.
So think about incorporating foods that are rich in antioxidants, omega-3 fatty acids.
Okay.
Load up on colorful fruits and veggies.
Yeah.
Leafy greens.
Okay.
Fatty fish like salmon and tuna.
Right.
Nuts and seeds. Spices like turmeric and ginger.
It is ginger. Yes, it's so good.
So it's like giving your body the right building blocks
Yes.
to fight inflammation
Right.
and promote healing.
Exactly.
Okay.
And on the flip side, try to minimize processed foods, sugary drinks,
Right.
excessive alcohol,
Okay.
as those can increase inflammation and actually worsen pain.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
What about the power of connection?
That's a good one.
I mean, when I'm stressed or down,
Yeah.
spending time with loved ones always lifts my spirits.
Yeah.
Does that have any role in managing pain?
Absolutely. Social connection is a powerful antidote to stress.
Okay.
When we connect with others, our brains release oxytocin.
Which is a hormone that promotes feelings of trust,
Yeah.
bonding well-being.
Okay.
Oxytocin also has anti-inflammatory and pain-relieving effects.
Wow. So a hug from a friend is basically like a dose of natural medicine.
You could say that,
Okay.
and it doesn't have to be physical touch.
Right.
Even meaningful conversations,
Yeah.
shared laughter, simply feeling heard and understood
Right.
can boost your oxytocin levels
Wow.
and reduce stress.
I'm starting to see a pattern here.
Yeah.
Mindfulness, exercise, sleep, nutrition, connection.
Yeah.
These are all about nourishing our bodies and minds.
Right.
Creating like a foundation of well-being.
Exactly.
That can help us cope better with pain.
Yes. And that's so important.
But what about those times when we are doing all the right things,
Yeah.
but stress still creeps in and throws us off track?
Yeah. It happens.
Any tips for navigating those inevitable setbacks?
That's a great question, and one we'll explore in detail after a short break.
Sounds good.
We'll discuss strategies for staying motivated, building resilience,
Okay.
and finding support on your journey to managing stress and easing pain.
All right, stay tuned. Oh, we've covered so much ground already.
There you have.
From the science of the mind-body connection to practical strategies for managing stress and easing pain.
Right.
It's really empowering to realize how much control we actually have.
It is.
But as we all know, life happens.
It does.
Stress creeps in, old habits resurface, and sometimes those healthy habits that we've been working so hard on just kind of fall by the wayside.
They do.
How do we stay motivated and navigate those inevitable setbacks?
You've hit on a crucial point.
Okay.
The key is to approach this journey with self-compassion,
Okay.
not judgment.
Right.
Think of it like learning any new skill. There will be ups and downs,
Yeah.
times when you nail it and times when you fall back into old patterns.
Right.
It's all part of the process.
So it's not about being perfect. It's about progress, not perfection.
Exactly.
That takes the pressure off.
It does.
Do you have any tips for getting back on track?
Yeah.
When those like, ugh, I just don't feel like it moments hit.
One strategy that I find super helpful is breaking things down
Okay.
into smaller, more manageable steps.
Okay.
So instead of trying to overhaul your entire lifestyle overnight,
Right.
focus on making one small change at a time.
So instead of aiming for an hour-long yoga session,
Right.
maybe I start with 5 minutes of stretching before bed.
Exactly.
Okay.
Or instead of eliminating sugar completely, maybe you start by swapping out sugary drinks for water or herbal tea.
Okay.
These small victories can build momentum
Right.
create a sense of accomplishment,
Yeah.
which fuels your motivation to keep going.
I love that.
Yeah.
It feels so much less intimidating than trying to make all these huge changes all at once.
It is. Yeah, it's much more approachable.
What about the role of support in staying consistent?
Oh, that's huge.
Does having like a cheering section make a difference?
That makes a huge difference.
Oh.
Surrounding yourself with people who understand your journey and support your efforts can really make all the difference.
Yeah.
Whether it's a friend who's also working on managing their stress,
Right.
a family member who encourages your healthy habits,
Yeah.
or a therapist who provides guidance and accountability.
Okay.
Having that support system can help you stay on track
Right.
and navigate those challenges along the way.
It's like having a team of allies on this journey.
It is.
Reminding you why you started in the first place
Yes.
and cheering you on every step of the way.
And don't underestimate the power of celebrating your successes,
Okay.
no matter how small they seem.
Right.
Did you meditate for 5 minutes without getting distracted?
Mm-hmm.
Give yourself a high five.
Yeah.
Did you make it through a stressful day without reaching for that extra cookie?
Yeah.
Acknowledge that victory,
Okay.
because those small wins add up.
They do.
They really prove to ourselves
Yeah.
that we're capable of making those positive changes,
Right.
even when it feels hard.
Even when it's challenging.
Exactly. And the more we celebrate those wins,
Yeah.
the more motivated we'll feel to keep going.
I like that a lot.
Another aspect of this journey that often gets overlooked
Okay.
is the importance of understanding our thoughts
Oh.
and our beliefs
Mm-hmm.
and how they actually influence our experience of pain.
This is where it gets interesting.
Yeah.
I've heard the saying, pain is inevitable. Suffering is optional. Is
Yeah.
that kind of what we're talking about here?
It's related. What we're talking about is the power of our minds
Right.
to shape our reality.
Yeah.
If we're constantly telling ourselves, like, I'm in so much pain, this is never going to get better,
Right.
that belief can actually amplify our experience of pain.
So it's not just what's happening in our bodies.
Right.
It's the stories we're telling ourselves about those sensations.
Exactly. And the good news is
Okay.
we have the power to rewrite those stories.
Okay. I like that.
One powerful technique for doing this
Mm-hmm.
is called cognitive reframing. It involves identifying those negative thought patterns
Okay.
that are contributing to our stress and our pain,
Right.
and then consciously choosing to replace them
Okay.
with more balanced and helpful thoughts.
So it's like giving our brains a software update.
I love that analogy.
Okay.
Yeah, trading in those old, outdated programs
Mm-hmm.
for a shiny new operating system.
Oh, yeah.
And just like any new skill, cognitive reframing takes practice.
Right.
But with time and consistency,
Mm-hmm.
we can literally rewire our brains
Wow.
to respond to pain in a more constructive way.
Okay.
For example, instead of focusing on how much you hurt,
Mm-hmm.
you could try shifting your attention
Right.
to the things you're grateful for,
Right.
or the things you can still do despite the pain.
Finding that little glimmer of hope.
Yeah.
That sense of possibility,
Exactly.
even in the midst of challenges.
It's about cultivating that mindset of resilience
Yeah.
and empowerment.
Okay.
Remember, managing stress and easing pain.
Yeah.
It's an ongoing journey.
Mm-hmm.
Not a destination.
Right.
There will be setbacks. There will be days when the pain feels overwhelming.
Right.
And that's okay.
It's about learning to ride the waves.
Yeah.
Knowing that even the roughest storms eventually pass.
Beautifully said.
Yeah.
And through it all, remember to be kind to yourself,
Mm-hmm.
celebrate your victories,
Yeah.
learn from your setbacks,
Right.
and never underestimate your own incredible capacity to heal.
This has been such an insightful and inspiring deep dive.
It has.
We've learned so much about this intricate connection
Yeah.
between stress and chronic pain.
Absolutely.
And most importantly, we've discovered all these tools and strategies
Right.
for taking back control.
Yes.
And creating a life that's filled with well-being.
It's so important.
It's been such a pleasure exploring this topic with you.
Likewise.
And to our listeners, thank you so much for joining us on this journey.
Yes, thank you.
Remember, you're not alone. There's a whole community of support out there.
And you have the power to create positive change in your life.
You do.
Keep exploring, keep learning,
Yeah.
and keep believing in your own incredible ability to heal.
So true.
Until next time, take good care.